morning, beautiful too. Good morning. It's a busy Tuesday today. Yeah, I just did my skincare, so I'm really slicked up. Please excuse me. I'm gonna make myself some coffee, read my book for a little while, slowly wake up. I didn't even hear Colton leave for the gym, so your girl was sleeping hard. I feel like I needed it. I don't know. I'm trying to learn more about the follicular phase, ovulation phase of our cycles. So if any of you guys are educated in that, please help me. I'm watching all the TikToks, but it still kind of goes over my head because if my cycles aren't super regular, can I still track that stuff to know when it's best for me to work out and what kinds of workouts to do for each phase cycle? I don't know. Yeah, we have a busy day. Sorry. Wow. We have a podcast with our friend Riker, who, if you guys are familiar with our journey, we were on a TV show called American Song Contest where we represented the state of Alabama in a Eurovision for America type situation. Our friend Riker represented the state of Colorado. We got to meet him and his wife and just became close friends with them through the whole process. Yeah, so he asked us to do his podcast today. We're gonna sit down and talk to him, which I'm so excited. I love a good convo on a rainy day. I have another song finish due because it is peak Valentine's Day rush right now for people getting songs for their lovers. We're going over to Kevin's to finish one of our next songs that's coming out that I'm so excited about. I kind of work the guitar parts and figure out production because it's such a cool concept. I'm so excited for you guys to hear it. It's called Don't Wanna Know. Curious if you guys know, if you hear a title, if you can kind of guess where it's going. I feel with this one, super misleading. Really excited to have you guys hear it. It's our most, we referenced SZA, Nobody Gets Me, Tate McRae's Stay Done, so guitar, angsty pop, oh, it's so good. I'm so excited. We're gonna do all that, but first I'm gonna have coffee and read because I forgot that the podcast starts in an hour and 20 minutes, and it's filmed, so I have to get myself looking correct. Take Mr. Finnegan out in this rain, which he's so pissed about. All right. Just got done with the podcast. It went really well. The host of the podcast, one of the hosts, is our friend Riker. I think I talked about this morning, who was on the American Song Contest with us. So it was so good to see him and catch up. And then his friend and co-host Bobby is a stand-up comedian, we just learned. All right, so we're gonna hop on our song finishes before we head over to Kevin's to finish the song and go about our day. Peace and blessings. We're about to get on our second or third call of the day, and it's 10 a.m. I'm sick and tired of calls. But I'm grateful.
After we finish these calls, we gotta do some song finishes for Valentine's Day, then we gotta film some videos, then we're gonna go celebrate, then we gotta take the dog, then we're gonna celebrate Valentine's Day. What you plan to tell me right now? You ready?
Yeah.
So this is
to be totally honest, you were the first artist who I've heard on that platform where it's we need to be involved. Oh wow,
oh, we hit 1 million!
Yeah! Finnegan? Wow! It's 13,000 over.
Yes.
A day after a month.
You know, there's sometimes people do light tears. There's Mary.
Colton.
I've died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I've loved you perfect tonight.
Definitely watch us for tonight so we can have a dramatic. Let's practice a tag in case she's 3
I
hours
can go forever.
away.
I can go forever.
Could we just repeat? Na 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 na, David, are you the perfect?
I don't deserve it, but you look perfect.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Thinking about you, you know, thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you? First time, a new deal.
Just finished up the wedding version. Right,
Oh my
Colton?
God, we're getting married!
Not a habit.
Like 8 times as much reverb, so do you want that?
That's what we want. I also want it to sound like basically our covers because that's what people want for weddings a lot.
By design before you was practice.
Oh, the strings are so good. Okay. Cooking it up in the crock pot today. Shit. Love, that's hot. Atlanta.
Last week, some of you guys were like replying, saying that you were interested in hearing stuff about the song. So if you guys saw last week's vlog, we were talking about our song On Purpose went viral. We're super excited. We're like, yay, like people actually like it, which is, you know, always the goal with music is that people actually like it. And yeah, so I don't know, you want to like kick off just kind of telling how it went down, like the whole situation?
In the last vlog when I said we, you know, had some like fun news and I was like, if you guys care about that, we can talk about it. And some of you guys was so sweet. You responded or let us know that you are interested in hearing that, which is exciting for us because it's our job. It's what we do. So it's fun to talk about it. And I think a lot more light can be shed on this part of the industry and like what happens behind the scenes when something like this happens with a song.
Yes. We ended up partnering with a label for On Purpose.
Yes.
To very quickly put it in perspective for you guys, so we are what you call an independent artist. That can mean a bunch of different things.
Yes.
But for our specific case, independent meaning we don't have a label who's involved with us. Normally, if an artist is not independent, someone like Beyonce, Adele, they have a whole team around them of marketing people, A&R, basically more marketing people because that's all the music industry is right now. And then like the label is essentially like their bank. They fund everything. For us, we fund everything ourselves.
Yes.
So like all of our album artwork, all of our music videos, every single thing, we got to pay for ourselves, which if people don't know, like it's very, very expensive.
It is so expensive to exist as an artist.
Yes.
Just to like get your music literally just out into the world, not even to have it do well, just to have it out. But anyway, more of this is the story of what happened from when we released our little song because yes, we could make a whole other video on like funding ourselves and independent artists' diaries and whatever. Let's rewind to we released our song on January 12th, right? The hopes that it would do well, but like we said in our last vlog, like we have never streamed this well on an original before. So even the first day, like I posted a video, I think we streamed like 26,000 times in the first day.
Yeah, something like that.
We didn't like expect obviously the full reaction of the song, but what I really didn't expect is I've explained this to people on the video and to someone in person today or on the phone. I was like, it very much felt like blood in the water, and like as the song continued to do well, our email immediately blew up with like On Purpose, Nico, insert company here, conversation. And it was a lot of like people from labels or
marketing companies, PR companies,
being like, hey, saw this is doing well. Basically they're just like, would love to chat and see what, you know, what you guys are about. And me and Colton, basically because this has never really happened for us, we just like said yes to everything, and I feel like we sat on phone calls for 6 days straight, and it was a lot of great conversations, a lot of great networking for us.
we met really nice and like
cool people. But after every phone call we would hang up and just be like, what do we do now? Like, what does this mean? And yeah, that all sounded really pretty, but like, is it dressed up? Are they faking it? We don't know these people. Also what we noticed, and this is like, here's the real. A lot of these companies, we were basically like, the labels, we were like, what would you do with the song? And a lot of their answers were, one, exactly the same, and two, was influencer marketing.
They would like hire a third-party company, which is great, and some of them work. Some of them have them, like they're in-house.
Yes.
We had a lot of those like companies reach out where they're like they do that service themselves for major labels. Like major labels hire them to do it, and then they just like, you know, also will sign music. But yeah, at first we were just kind of like, so why do we need you? Like,
Colton made such a good point. He was like, wait, I've like seen this company online. Like, why would we not just go directly to them and not pay you or give you ownership of our song? Right. Obviously, he didn't say that to these people, but Colton's really good on those calls because he like, he's gonna be like, what? No, I'm not. No. He is. He's like very business minded. You wouldn't know that about him unless you like know him really well. But he asked really good questions, but without being like a dick about it. And a lot of these people were just like, I don't know, even when we pushed back a little bit to be like, okay, like, and what else? They were like, yeah, we'll run a 6 to 8 week campaign with influencers. And we were like, that's really it in marketing and music today? Like, that's what you have?
We basically ended up, so yes, we had a conversation with a bunch of different companies. Then we got offers. We got offers from like 7 companies. which was really cool.
So cool.
Luckily for us, we have lawyers, which
Bless up.
It's really nice and convenient, and we've worked with them for years.
Yes.
And yeah, they see these deals all the time with their other clients and stuff, and they basically were like, yeah, let's just go with the best deal and the company that has the best track record.
Yes.
Luckily, that ended up being the same company. So this company had the best track record and the same deal. Because ultimately, no matter what, at the end of the day, it's a gamble. Our song could never stream again. Like,
ever. We
could get canceled. Like, and people couldn't stop. You know, like, anything could happen.
And again, in the name of transparency for this video, because, again, y'all that said you wanted to know, I want to be, like, really candid. Some of these deals, I feel like we can say, especially the ones we didn't go with, like, let's just say the terms. What was like the worst one we saw? 15
years. A lot of times the majors will just try and own the music, which that's been shifting over the last couple years, which is nice. So they might be like, we'll give you $30,000 and we're going to own this song forever.
100% of the song in perpetuity forever.
For the rest of your life. And that's not great for artists because, like, you know, as the artists who came before us, like, when it's come time for you to retire and you don't have that song back, and then just someone's like, it's a label. The people who work there 30 years from now are not the same people who are 35, 40 years from now, are not the same people who worked there when you got there. They could be lying about how much money you have, like how much money your song's supposed to be owed. A lot of times in those deals, the labels, they give you the $30,000 and then they say, okay, so now that we've given you $30,000, from now on, any money that's made from that song, you have to, you only are going to make 18%. And then on top of that, you have to recoup what we spent. Yes. So then they'll put in like marketing costs. Well, the marketing costs could be anywhere from $5,000 to $200,000. And
sometimes they don't have to tell you what they're going to spend. Young artists, independent artists, and especially like young in their career, who would say no to 40 grand? A check right then and there.
Especially if you don't know, like, well, yeah, but like this song could make $1 million.
And I have to pay this back before I see a dime of what I'm owed. Like, it's just so... It's so messy. Yeah. Basically, for our situation, we just ended up going with, like I said, who had the best track record and who was going to put the most money into marketing, because that was also something that was different. Like, each company did it differently. Some of the better ones that we saw, they did it on a scale. So it's like, if your song streams this amount of times, then we're going to put $20,000 in. If it streams this amount of times, then we're going to put $40,000 in. If it streams this amount of times, and it goes up and up and up and up. What do you need? Paprika? Yeah, we have some. When will you not say paprika? The conversations continue. We sat on Zoom calls for a week straight. We kind of got berated with information of like, here's what we could offer you, here's how long we want to have the songs.
Like, we got on a lot of these calls and like they knew our other music, which was nice. And it was really telling when we got on calls with people who just knew this song and like didn't bother to even look us up.
Yes. I don't want to be like rude.
We don't need to say anything, but yeah.
Okay, well, I was going to say like what someone said to us. What?
Or just cut this part out. That's what you're going to talk about. So I don't want to like in case he would ever watch this.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I do like their company, but I just don't. That made me mad.
Whatever. Okay. Okay. Fair. Whatever. We told them that we have alternate versions of On Purpose coming. So like a lot of you guys on our vertical content have been asking for like an acoustic version. So we went ahead and did that and are calling it like the wedding version. So that's going to hopefully be like a whole other wave to help push the song. So it's super exciting because we've never worked with a label in this way. And like, it was really, really cool for us to feel the excitement of virality. We've been doing this for a minute. And I think I want to hear your thoughts, but I feel like I was less excited than I thought I would be, but more excited once it was like finished, where I was like, wait, okay, yes. It mostly just felt like not like, ooh, I'm giddy.
A rite of passage.
Yes, it was like, oh, wait, we're going to learn so much from this. I'm excited. I'm not like, oh my God, it's like so exciting.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I feel like if this had happened to us like 5 years ago, we would have been like, oh.
Freaking the heck out.
Like, freaking out, and we would have been easily impressed, and we're so like, now we're just kind of like, every call we're like, okay, cool.
But like, everyone in the music industry, if you have like 8% of jadedness, you're smarter.
Yeah.
And that sucks to say because like we don't want everyone out here depressed, but you just can't be gullible and like doe-eyed and just say yes to someone saying like, here's 50K. Like, that sounds amazing, but what does that sign you up for the next 30 years?
Yeah.
I feel like that was so convoluted, but I feel like we hit the high points.
I know, I'm sorry I rambled.
We'll get better at that. But thank God there's two of us because Colton has a great business mind. I don't. I just
yes, you do.
No.
You be looking at him like this. All right.
Those of you that wanted to hear about it, thank you for wanting to hear about it because it is our everyday, all day. And let us know if you have any specific questions. Bam.
Yeah.
Ending the chapter on that, I think. Love you guys so much. See you next.
We